Okay, we're back, and yeah, just got a bottle of root beer here, so yeah, nothing to worry about, fellow knights, and having fun so far. I think you guys, or are you guys feeling okay there? Okay, good, okay, just making sure you guys are feeling a-okay and right at home, so... Alright, poem time, okay, who wants to share their poem first? Of course, we'll go with Sayori, because, of course. My old friend, there's a dark and hollow thing that follows close and to me clings. It sticks to me and turns in turn when I spin around and discern. In the dark, in the deep, the faintest shape that it keeps. It goes away when sunlight shines. The sunshine's sweet and warm and kind. But does it really? Is it really gone? Or does it secretly keep on? Is it really hiding there? Staring from beneath the chair, glaring from atop the stairs, nowhere but yet everywhere. In a corner, in the gap, I stare in and it looks back, weighing down, draining out.
That was very interesting, Sayori. I always enjoy seeing a poet step out of their comfort zone a little bit, especially when it comes to writing horror. What do you mean? You typically don't write darker poems, right? Unless if I've misinterpreted. No, you're right, Yuri. This is a real change of pace, and it was fun.
Well, I'm glad my suggestion has gone down well then. I figured it'd be fitting for the occasion. Don't give her too much praise. She'll start thinking she's the next Stephen King. Well, she should be, really.
Hey, I'd be a great horror writer. Actually, no, wait, I wouldn't. I'm not on a big, actually scary stuff.
Makes sense. What's this poem about anyway?
Ooh. Well, it's about whatever you think it's about.
Are you trying to sound like Yuri?
No, silly. I didn't write it with a specific thing in mind. It can be about whatever you fear the most. Hiding away, always there, never leaving. Even when you think it's all sunshine and rainbows. It never truly goes away. So it can be whatever you think it is. A terrible secret, a scary monster, a childhood fear of the dark. It could be made up. Or it could be real. It doesn't just scare you. Maybe whatever it is drains you as well, bit by bit. And what makes it scary is knowing it's always there.
Oh, holy crud. It's safe to say that no one expected that from her. The temporary silence in the room confirms that. Natsuki frowns, evidently nonplussed? I don't know how to say that, by what she just heard. Even the cool, calm, collected Monica looks a little taken aback. Yuri, on the other hand, smiles contently, seemingly unfazed by the sombre explanation coming from Sayori's mouth. Wow. Okay, it's not just me who didn't see that coming, right? Laughter fills the club room.
I mean it, Sayori. Your use of metaphors and use of darker thematic imagery was very refreshing to see. Just do me a favor and don't turn into another Yuri, okay?
Natsuki!
Kidding. It was great, Sayori. Aw, you guys.
Okay, let's go with the Yuri next. Ethereal, I think? Sombre sounds of midnight malice float around a chatized chalice, chatting otherworldly winds, letters torn from nails pinned. A looming figure takes my hand, leading me through with sympathy canned. Cumbersome weights ride my shoulders, with the secretly of falling boulders. Their words are muffled by lament. A false reassurance fails to dent the fierce facade of fleeting fear. Time is lost, no longer here. Cobalt nerves, a fractured soul, the luminescence of coal, clacking footsteps from below. Echo, echo, echo. For a moment, the room is silent.
Oh no, I went too far, didn't I?
No, it's just the kind of thing we're looking for. Would you like to tell us what were you thinking when you wrote this?
Okay.
Yuri takes a deep breath.
It's a bit hard to describe, but sometimes there are nights where my mind just seems to be full of noise. Nights where I can hear...
She trails off absent-mindedly. Did she get caught up in her own poem that much?
Hey, Earth to Yuri! I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get sidetracked. It's okay, Yuri. Don't feel like you have to rush.
Yeah, take your time.
Right. Well, as I was saying, I wanted to try and capture the feelings one might have on the bit of a dark night. Wait, aren't all nights dark?
It's a metaphor, Sayori. I think Yuri's trying to talk about when the people are going through a difficult time.
That's right, Finn. The dead of night can be very fickle. It can be a peaceful time as the world around us winds down. But sometimes, being alone with our thoughts can be terrifying. This poem was an attempt to reclaim some of that darkness.
Well, I think you did a pretty great job with that, Yuri. Yeah, I really liked it.
You did? Thank you.
Well, it's actually pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, Natsuki next. The dark. Sometimes I lie awake at night, fading in a room devoid of light, and think about the monsters waiting in the dark. I can't even imagine what they look like. Maybe sharp claws and skin lined with spikes. Maybe a mouth that would swallow me whole. Maybe red lights that could pierce my soul. They could eat me right now if they wanted, and yet they wait. Waiting for me to close my eyes, waiting for me to dream of the light, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. But now I'm thinking about the monsters, and I'm still lying awake in the dark.
Yeah, I know it's not great. Actually, I quite like it, Natsuki. It's pretty obvious that horror is something out of your comfort zone. But you did an exceptional job at combining your style of writing with horror. Fear is a very complex emotion, so it's a challenge putting it into simple words, but I'd say you did quite well. I would have agreed to Monica. Fear isn't something that is meant to be completely understood. The complexity behind what a person fears and why they're afraid of it is almost unfathomable? Okay. Unfathomable. Your poem is about the fear of the dark, or more specifically, a fear of the unknown, yes? Yeah. I do not like knowing what's there. I don't like not feeling safe. My poem is all about how your imagination plays tricks on you when you're in the dark. You know, there's no such thing as monsters, but you can never be completely sure. That's what scares me, that uncertainty. I can relate, but as I was saying, it's definitely a feat encapsulating something as complex as fear into 4 simple stanzas.
Natsuki smiles proudly. What can I say?
What can I say? I'm good at what I do. Yeah, well done, Spooky. Say, Yuri, if you say that one more time, I'll...
What, you're gonna throw a blue bone at her and then now she's blue and now she has to jump?
Anyway, moving on.
Please do. Okay, last but not least, Monica. Reverie. I wake up. Cold, black night, silent and still. Oh, there's still more? I fall to my knees, splinters in my hand. Dust in the air. Cold. Where am I? I reach for the light I need. Is it there? The switch is pressed. I feel the warmth on my face and my hands and my arms and my... What? I wake up. It's all over. Cold. Silent and numb, I reach my hand out. I have no eyes to see, but I can feel it. I press the switch. The warmth fills me. The dark comes again. I die again. I wake up. Noise in my ears. Voices? Cold. I reach out and feel. Nothing. Where is it? Is it real? Wasn't it here? Everyone reaches, but nobody can touch it. The dark comes again. We all die again. I wake up. Here again? Monica bows a little bit after she finishes. I'm all over what she's read. I don't really get it.
That sounded like something Yuri would have written.
Oh?
Is that a bad thing? Of course not.
What does reverie mean? I don't think I've heard of it before.
It's an English word that means something like having a pleasant daydream. But it comes from a French word that means madness. Appropriate for Halloween, isn't it?
Oh, reverie. Is that how you say it? Reverie, I think. My French is getting a little rusty because I'm somewhat learning like Japanese, but okay, I'm just saying though. Monica's smile is looking a bit more sinister than normal somehow.
How cultured.
Yuri looks a little distressed at the implication of Natsuki's sarcasm and the idea that Monika's poem sounded like she might have written. Do both meanings relate to the poem?
You could say that. What do you mean? It reflects on how a blissful act can make the pain go away. For a little while.
Okay, so far so good. Let me just take a whiff of my, not whiff, or a sip of my root beer here. That's some good root beer there. Like I said, drink responsibly. Alright guys, all your poems have been pretty good so far. But just wait till you hear my poem. An evil grin stretches across my face as I whip out my own poem.
If you're this confident, I'll be looking forward to your recitation. Did you put extra effort into this one, Finn?
Well, not quite.
What's that supposed to mean?
It's not a poem that I wrote to myself.
Finn, but
I promise you that's a very appropriate for the occasion. This is a poem that has urban legend attached to it. Oh! Okay, an urban legend. Well, I guess I mentioned that in a few videos ago. I really like urban legends. Supposedly, if you read that out loud, you'll be cursed so that something tragic happens to you. Maybe even death.
Wah! Finn, that's so scary.
I know, right? It's great. This poem is called Tomino's Hell, written by a poet named Saijo Yaso. Tomino's Hell! Oh, Glove, that's a classic, that's a classic, an urban legend. I like that. I'm not gonna lie though, Tomino's Hell is actually really creeps the heck out of me. And the other urban legends like the slit-mouthed woman and the teke teke, I think. Oh man. Those Japanese urban legends are so scary, and like I said, I really like them, but they really spook me out, I'd say. And just so happens that this poem is that I'll be reading to you all at this very moment. Oh my God, don't tell me I'm gonna curse everyone here. No. I mean, well, if I'm gonna curse everyone, at least I have the Chaos Emeralds around with. Oh, I don't have any Chaos Emeralds. Dang it! Dr. Eggman, stop terrorizing and stealing the emeralds, you little fat freaking... Okay, I don't meant to swear at you, Doctor, but please, forgive me.
Finn, don't do it. What if something bad really happens to you? Yeah, right. It's called an urban legend for a reason, you know. Emphasis on legend, as in something that is
not real.
Still, I'd like to see the data on all the people who've read the poem so far. And statistically speaking, it's likely that something tragic will eventually happen to you anyway. I find that there's always some element of truth behind these stories, though. Of course, this truth might not reflect the literal meaning of these stories and legends. However, there's likely a message behind the legend.
Yeah, I'm not gullible enough to believe any of this stuff, though. Alright guys, let's settle down. You can all voice your thoughts after I read it. Oh, so this is my handwriting. Not bad, I'd say. Tomina's hell. Elder sister vomits blood. Younger sisters breathing fire. While sweet little Tomino just spits up the jewels. All alone does Tomino go falling into that hell. A hell of utter darkness. Without even flowers. Is Tomino's big sister the one who whips him? The suppose of the scourging hangs dark in his mind, lashing and thrashing him, but never quite shattering. One sure path to Avicii, the eternal hell. Into that blackest of hells, guide him now, I pray, to the golden sheep, to the nightingale. How much did he put in that leather pouch to prepare for his trek to eternal hell? Spring is coming, to the valley, to the wood, to the spiraling chasms of the blackest hell. The nightingale in her cage, the sheep aboard the wagon, and tears well up in the eyes of sweet little Tomino. Sing, O nightingale, in the vast, misty forest. He screams he only misses his little sister. His wailing desperation echoes throughout hell. A fox peony opens its golden petals. Down past the 7 mountains and 7 rivers of hell, the solitary journey of sweet little Tomino. If in this hell they can be found, then come to me, please. Those sharp needles of punishment from Needle Mountain. Not just on some empty whim is flesh pierced with blood-red pins. They served as hellish signposts for sweet little Tomino. Not sure if it's just me overthinking, but I feel a strange chill running down my spine after hearing that.
Finn, that was seriously way too scary.
Oh yeah, I don't know how this urban legend works, but I guess you have to read it in Japanese instead of English, so I guess that doesn't work, so... Well, well, at least that doesn't work, so... We're all safe now, fellow knights. We're all safe. It was alright. I should probably downplay it, at least for Sayori's sake.
I have to agree with Sayori. It had a very creepy, old-fashioned feel to it. After hearing that, I wouldn't doubt that something bad looms in your future. Monica! Personally, I found that poem quite beautiful. Of course, it's certainly eerie. But there are a lot of symbols and metaphors that I couldn't pick out just from hearing that one reading. I think I'll have to look into this poem more in my free time.
Oh, Yuri, I'm pretty sure you'll definitely get a knack out of this.
Psh, you guys think that was scary? That was pretty meh in my opinion. The poet was clearly trying hard to be edgy and smart.
Ho ho ho! Sick burn there, Natsuki. But in all seriousness though, that was... No.
If I may respectfully disagree, the tone and word choice of the poem matches its content. It's not written that way simply to be edgy. After all, if I understood it correctly, Tomino was banished to hell for murdering his own parents. Eh? How did you get that out of the poem? Well, it mentions that Tomino is on the way to Avicii, to the lowest of hells in Buddhism, and killing one's parents is one way that you get sent there. Oh, well, whatever. I still don't like it.
Well, you guys can agree to disagree.
But if you like the poem or not, you have to agree that it and the legend attached to it are pretty interesting, right? I mean, I guess. Finn, I'm gonna keep a good eye on you from now on, just in case the legend comes true.
Sayori, there's probably a bigger chance that something bad will happen to you first, given how clumsy you are.
Hey!
We all share a laugh, with Sayori joining in after a moment of pouting. Oh, you guys. I'm so sorry, Sayori. That was actually pretty good.
Guys, this has been so enjoyable.
Well, same goes for me as well. I'm enjoying it so far. So far, so good, with some, a bottle of root beer. Let me do that again, because I'm feeling slightly hungry and thirsty, but don't you guys worry, I'll definitely gonna have food after this. Wish I could, but not on camera, because that would be definitely disgusting, aside from drinking and such, so... Yeah, I really do not want you guys to see me stuff my face with food on cam, so... Yeah, but... I don't know.
It's fun to scare your friends with silly pranks, and dressing up is also a lot of fun. Although, I don't really like horror that much. It's just so scary to think what could be out there.
What could be out there? You're right, Sayori. I am not sure what kind of horrors or mysteries are looming right behind you. It might be there, or it might be here, or even it would be right here, right in your face. I'm just kidding. There's definitely not going to happen anyway, so...
Wow.
Enjoying the thing so far, guys? Well, I'm glad you said that. Or I'm glad you're enjoying it so far.